Okay, so let's work through these notes. Representing information in matrices. Matrices can be used to represent information from tables or network diagrams. Example 1, taken from VCAA 2013, paper 1, question 5. Okay, first things first, can you just add in that we've accidentally left out her name in the notes here? It should say Arif as well here. So 5 students, Richard, Brendan, Lee, Arif, and Carl were asked whether they play each of the following sports: football, golf, soccer, or tennis. Their responses are displayed in the table below. So here they are. It says, and let's just kind of read it for a second before we just move on. As you can see, Richard plays football, but he doesn't play golf. He doesn't play soccer, but he does play tennis. This person here, Arif, doesn't play football, but he plays golf. He doesn't play soccer, but he plays tennis. So hopefully you can just kind of get an understanding of how this table works. What we now want to do is take this table and turn it into a matrix. So if 1 is used to indicate that a student plays a particular sport, and 0 is used to indicate that the student does not play a particular sport, represent the information in the table as a matrix. Okay. We're going to begin by calling this matrix X. Now, let's begin by labeling. Labeling is very important, right? Label here. You need to label things. Okay, so we're going to go. I've got Richard. I've got Brendan. I've got Lee. I've got Arif. And I've got Carl. Then I'm going to put brackets there. Then I've got football. I've got golf. I've got soccer. I've got tennis. And then I'm going to close my matrix there. Now, every time I see a yes, I'm going to put a 1. Every time I see a no, I'll put a 0. So see how I have no here? A 0 will go there. I've got a yes here, so a 1 goes there. I've got a yes, so that's a 1. I've got a yes, so that's a 1. I've got a yes, so that's a 1. I've got a no, so that's a 0. And then we continue on. So Lee will be no, 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 yes. So that will be 0, 0, 0, 1. Arif will be no, yes, no, yes. And then finally, we have Carl, who is yes, no, no, yes. And just like that, we're all done. Now, before we move on, it's also important that you can just kind of read what each of these things are saying. So, for instance, what does the element, and we'll say, what does the element 3, 2 mean? Well, the element 2, 3 means row 3. So I'm in Lee, column 2. So let's highlight it. So it's going to be this one. So that's that one. And as you can see, it's a 0. And what does that 0 tell me? It tells me that Lee does not play golf. Does not play golf. So it's important that you can read each of these elements. Let's pick another element. Let's pick the element X. Let's choose 5, 4 this time. So that means I'm looking at, let me grab another color. I'm looking at row 5, column 4. Row 5, column 4. That will be here. It will be my very last one here. It's a 1. Let me highlight it. So I'm looking at this one, which is there. Row 5, column 4. What does this tell me? Well, I'm looking at Carl this time, and it's telling me that Carl does play tennis. So Carl does play tennis. There we go. So does because it's a 1, does not because it's a 0. Now this is taken from VCAA 2013, paper 1, question 5. It's adapted, and what that means is that this was initially a multiple choice question like this. So this is what it looked like. And yeah, you would have to read it all and then find which of these worked. If we come up here, we can see that for question 5, the one that did work was A. So it was A, and about 50% of people got that one correct. So nothing too taxing here. I feel that we should all feel pretty confident with doing this skill here, and yeah, comfortable with it. Okay, that's it. We'll pause and then go into the next part.